Am I muted? No, I'm not. Hello, it is me again, DC, and we are going to be looking at Legend University playlist that's unlisted, but someone sent it to someone, and then now everyone has it because it's in the free anti-MLM folder. Do with it what you will. We are going to be looking at a video today that's from, I don't know if it's from exactly 4 months ago, but there is someone in this call named the Queen of Referrals. And so I'm excited to see who that is. I'm excited to share this with you. I don't know what else to say. Oh, my name's DC. I'm an MLM dropout ×2. I was in Young Living Essential Oils, and I got out last year in April of 2022, and then I was in 𝐓𝐇𝐄 Cosmetics before that. Yikes. I am a graphic designer. I've been a graphic designer the entire time that I got detoured by multi-level marketing, and sometimes I critique PowerPoint presentations and lose my over widow words. I may have to bleep that out. Let's begin. We're going to move this down a smidge. Pretty good.
Okay, here we go. Big week, right? It is, what is it? It's May 30th. We're getting near the end of the month.
So we know when was this was recorded? May 30th.
But it's a good thing, Jess. It's good blessings I pray for. We're getting to the end of the month here. So how many of you had a good Memorial Day weekend? How many of you got a little rest? How many of you absolutely love how our company has huge sales when you go on vacation?
So what the shade? What the flippity flop? She does not like that they have sales when she went on vacation. That is for sure.
My family knows that on holidays there's always going to be a sale dropping. And
shame on you, Pruvit, and every other multi-level marketing company that doesn't let their family do family stuff, and that y'all end up having a freaking sale so they don't get to focus on spending time with their loved ones. Shame on y'all.
We took off for the lake, and
a sale dropped. Wow.
I had a I just made sure I reminded my family that, hey, I know we've been doing this for 8 years at Christmas and Branson, lake days, but with my job, I make the money when everybody else is on the vacation, right? And if you think about it, there's more people on their phones during that time, looking at Instagram, looking at other people's pictures, having FOMO, whatever it is, right? But more people actually are receptive to buying when they're not at work. And so,
Wow. Here we hear HERE, Here we hear the twistiness behind their marketing strategies. Wow.
I think it's important you set that.
I should have put this on speed. Dang it. Should I start over? No. Listen, it's going to go faster. Be prepared for it. Let's see what happens.
Expectation for people around you. And so we were at the lake and I was like, all right, I just want everybody to know every 3 hours, I'm going to take 30 minutes and get in my phone and work these sales. How many of you had an increase in sales this weekend, right? And I remember when I hit rank 10 in 2017.
Oh, wow. She hit rank 10 in a long time ago. She is high up there. She's at the tippity top. Interesting.
I was on a family trip. I think it was June. It was May or June, but we were on a family trip to Walt Disney World. And I just literally, you wait an hour or you wait.
No. You go to Disney. Sorry, I'm about to take off my shoe to show you. It is my Halloween dreams come true. And yes, I have big feet.
2 hours before you get to ride anything. And I remember Maya and Mocha was dropping that weekend. We had the boom pack. So it was Memorial. We had the boom pack that had dropped with the fruit punch and the blue ocean. You could do that. Does anybody remember that? Was anybody here for around that time? Yeah, you remember. I'm waiting for that Maya Mocha to return. But literally, I'm just working in the lines of Walt Disney World, increasing the business. But here's what feels amazing. If you're new to this business, then could you see how if you had a team of 20 promoters, this could absolutely be a weekend that rank advanced you if everybody was working like you do. You get that? And I was just thinking about, I have a lot of new people coming on. And what is magical about the sale drops is if you have been doing your DMOs and you have been building your customer list, right?
I don't know what's going on. I got some coffee. We're back in business. I hope we're back in business. The worst thing that could happen, this top doesn't stay on. I hit it and it ruins my computer equipment. I'm scared.
Because if there's a huge sale that drops and you only have 10 customers, that's only 10 customers who care about getting their ketones on discount, right? And so I want to frame your perspective. You get to now get back to collecting customers, getting the 10-day trials out so that when the next big sale drops, you've got hours and hours of follow-ups to do, right? And I also realized this weekend, I don't think I had realized before that I had the Pruvit Pulse Pro plan. And I've actually never really talked about that to people ever. And I don't even know what was different between a Pro Pulse and a regular Pulse, but I found that out when I made a video for my team about how easily they could be doing their follow-ups by going to their hot customers, their faithful customers, their cold customers. I'd literally come inside, I'd pull up the Pulse, I'd pull up all my customers through the Pulse, and I'd go back and forth between Pulse to Messenger. And I realized that half my team didn't have the Pro. And so now I'm going to advocate for the Pro Pulse because my life was super simple following up this weekend because of the Pro Pulse. I was out on the lake. I couldn't have my laptop out in front of me and my phone. So I was just going back and forth from my customers in my Pro Pulse to following up with people through Messenger. And I can really see how having a textedly or a text line with your customers probably would have saved me a hot minute. And so that's the next thing I want to get in place. Over in the
more money to run your business because people have stopped buying your product because maybe it doesn't work for them. And then you're going to buy all these things to try to make it easier. And I'm sure it is easier to know who hasn't ordered in a while and who's really excited and all this stuff so y'all can sell more on your family vacation, which don't get me started. I mean, you may get me started because I'm going to rage anyways, but oh my God.
chats tell me any aha moments maybe you had with this. Maybe we should have a train on Propulse. Maybe we should. That's a great idea. That's a great idea there. Just use it. It's super simple.
I love her twang that comes out. I guess it just feels like, oh my gosh, it's so like familiar. Don't worry. I know this is a legend training. I'm not gonna sign up for anything. Okay, I promise.
Really is super simple. I didn't even realize I had it. I just at one point hit the yes, $99, I think, for a year to get it. And I didn't.
$99 for a year to make you pay for access to information you should already have because you brought customers in to Pruvit. Brian, Terry, what are you doing? Oh yeah, you're just making money off of people who make you money. Got it. So clear.
Realize how much easier life was with it. So anyway, sale weekends can make you a ton of money. In this business, you just need to know that when a long weekend's coming, there's going to be a sale. And you just have to set those expectations with your family. Hey, this is where mommy actually pays for us to be here at the lake. All right. So
here's a question. Here's a question that I have. Here's a question. If you know, no, I'm not going to ask a question. I'm going to say this to somebody who's in Pruvit or who's thinking about buying from someone who's in Pruvit and they're forcing you to say like, oh my gosh, this sale's only going on right now. No, it's not. Wait for a holiday. Wait for a long weekend. It's going to come back. You know why? She just said every time they go away for a long weekend, something goes on sale. You can wait. Take your time. Think about it.
I'm going to be totally present for 3 hours. And then I got 30 minutes. I got to put my head down and grind. And you just set those expectations with people. All right.
Your family.
Fill the love tank and get to work. So today, I've got a real.
Fill the love tank and get to work. Fill the love tank for your family so that they stop bothering you because they want to see you and interact with you and get to work. That's twisty as hell.
I'm really excited. I've got an amazing woman that's going to speak and do a little bit of training who's been having some massive success. So I want her to share some of the things that she's been doing. We've been really focused on DMOs lately. But before that,
daily method of operations. That's what she's talking about. It's stuff that you do that makes you money, just in case you didn't know.
How many of you are going to more? Raise your hand.
Okay, so this was back in May. Who's going to more, which is a Pruvit event? Who's going to pay more money, pun intended, to go to an event where you're not going to get to eat consistently, you're not going to get to drink water consistently, you're going to have to probably bring your own water, you're going to stay up late, behavior control, emotional control, bite model anybody? We don't know. Actually, we do. It's the bite model of authoritarian control. Look for it.
Yeah. All right, y'all better come up and say hello.
A floof, hero.
Go to me. Say I'm the one on Zoom because I don't even know if you'll recognize me with hair and makeup done. So I may not recognize you either. So please come stop by, say hi, because I see your faces all the time. But I am so excited about the more event. And I know a lot of you, how many of you, it's your first time going? I will not recognize you with makeup on, says Nick. Okay, we got a lot of first timers. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you guys because here's what I know. Anybody just getting started in this business, I feel like it's just a matter of time before people quit.
Just say that. Anybody just getting started in this business, it's just a matter of time before they quit. What? Attention shoppers, a top partner, distributor, contractor in Pruvit has just admitted it's just a matter of time before somebody who signed up in Pruvit quits. It's just a matter of time before someone quits. Thank you. This concludes our public service announcement. Oh my God.
And they say, if you don't check in on someone, everybody's about 2 weeks away from quitting in the beginning, before you build a team, because that customer acquisition period can be kind of grindy until you really start putting your mind on, I need to go for All-Star. I need to get a team. I need to get 4 people following up with 20 to 30 customers each on a sale weekend, because then I'll really start making money, right? We don't really make money off retail here.
What? We don't really make money off retail here? Is she saying this shit out loud? Oh my God. Oh my Lanta. This is wild. This is wild.
I mean, if you want to be 𝐔𝐄𝐃 and have like thousands of customers, but like
𝐔𝐄𝐃, who are you? I'm looking 𝐔𝐄𝐃 up because if 𝐔𝐄𝐃 has customers, good for you.
The comp plan rewards the check match. The comp plan rewards the team atmosphere. That's how you really start making some substantial money here.
What?
And I just feel like you have a winning company, you have a winning product, and if you're not where you want to be right now, you need to be at the event.
Is the winning product the same one that was found to maybe have higher than appropriate amounts of lead in it in California, maybe? Is that the winning product you're talking about? If it's not, okay, cool. I'm just wondering. I just got questions.
Because what that tells me is it's your belief system and it's where your mindset is. One, you will only build this to the degree of personal development and growth that you have.
You will only build this to the level of brainwashing that you participate in. That's my perspective, in my opinion.
You can't sustain the amount of success by building a people business without people skills, without having a positive mindset.
Oh, there it is. Positive mindset. Ignore reality and just reframe everything so it's positive. No. It's different. Like good leaders, it's not just like saying that things are fakely positive. The fraudacity, ma'am. Stop it.
Without being able to communicate with all types of people and not get pulled into their drama or their triggers or their excuses.
Sometimes excuses are, hey, I don't know how to do this and I've never sold before and I need some skills. And when I signed up, you said that you were going to help me learn how to do this. And I still am having trouble comprehending how to do it. Oh, is that an excuse? Is that a gap in skills that the leader is supposed to help them with, that you promised to help your team with, and then now you're calling it excuses? Oh, just think positively about it? No, like you can train people on how to be better at sales. Is everyone going to be good at sales? No, they're not. Is it harder to sell something when you have reports coming out that maybe there's lead in ketones? Maybe. What do I know? I don't sell ketones.
So being at an event where the company takes speakers that would normally be a $10,000 weekend. How many of you have ever gone to a Tony Robbins event?
Oh my God, Tony Robbins. Mark yourself safe from Tony Robbins in the comments if you get this far in the video.
Heather, in the chats, how much money did you pay to go to a Tony Robbins event?
Too much money. I'll say it for you. You paid too much.
$7,000.
$7,000? No. No thanks. Goodbye.
She paid $7,000 4 years.
She's way off center. There's no way I'm gonna be able to put her in the center because she's like literally on one side of her screen.
Doesn't know what he charges now. You got a $300 ticket, and Tony Robbins' stage partner is gonna get on Saturday and train us. And we're gonna go through breakthroughs. The stories you're gonna hear in that room, the success stories, the Cinderella stories, the people who are.
Yes, it was. I thought it was a fairy tale. Isn't Cinderella a fairy tale? Oh my God. Is this like Brian Underwood's right-hand person who convinces all the legends that they need to show up to events or else, and that those legends need to convince their downline to show up or else? That's what this sounds like. This sounds like propaganda.
Are still caught in their victim drama.
Oh, victim drama? Stop it.
Who need to break through that because it's inhibiting their business. And you're going to see him live coach those people to get out of their way and through their objections.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rolling my eyes. Sorry.
Like you can't put $1 on what you receive at a Pruvit event.
Yeah, you can. The cost of going and the cost of realizing you're going to be hungry all weekend. Maybe even dehydrated. Maybe even have some gastrointestinal distress because you're drinking fucking ketones.
When it comes to personal development and growing your belief in this business. I just got off a podcast off MLM Nation. Thank you, Sylvia. Whoa.
Sylvia from MLM Nation. A multi-level marketing podcast that promotes multi-level marketing? Stop it. That's incredible. I'm being sarcastic.
Been like all over that thing lately. And the woman talked about how she has grown her business through getting people to events because she knows that they don't get to events, they don't take off and they don't grow.
Every MLM leader that I've listened to that has talked about being successful talks about going to events or else. You can't be successful if you don't go to events. I mean, Jessie Lee talked about that. We listen to so much content on her podcast. She had over 500 episodes. You saw the number of hours that she had on all of her socials. Like she talked about getting to events. So this is nothing new. And it's not new to Pruvit. It's not new to Mary Kay. It's not new to Young Living. It's not new to doTERRA. It's not new to any of the hundreds of multi-level marketing companies that are out there. They're all going to tell you to go to events. They're all going to tell you to personally develop. They're all going to tell you to get plugged in or else.
And she hung on 4 years without a paycheck.
4 years without a paycheck? Are y'all listening to this?
Because the events and the personal development was worth it and it was translating all over her life. Another guy that I've been following lately.
How is personal development events where you're paying worth it when it doesn't give you a paycheck in 4 years? Who can hold on monetarily to that situation?
Is Jeffrey Santos, right? Jessica?
Oh, you don't even know his name. Great.
That's how you say his, I think, Jeffrey Santos. Yeah. He did not make money in the network marketing career industry for 8 years. And
This is twisted thinking. You know why? Because they're going to say that the best people, some of these top people, stuck it out. They kept paying in. They kept buying their products. They kept whatever, trying to pay to play by paying enough in inventory loading or service loading or whatever their company was selling that activated their potential to get commission, and yet that person didn't get a paycheck for 8 years, was unsuccessful for 8 years. It's unrealistic. If you're not going to get paid when you do work for someone, go get a new job.
was a former like NFL athlete, and he talks about how he showed up to every single event and he didn't have a team, but when the doors opened, he would race to the front and take a seat and act like that speaker was just training him all weekend. And then finally he had a breakthrough on his 8th year. Now he's like a multi-millionaire, and actually
multi like $3 million net worth. Do I need to look this up? No, I'll look it up later.
his other network marketing company went down, I think, during COVID, and he switched to a new one. And because he built team, he's doing great at his new company, right? Because you build teams here. You build relationships here.
If someone's trying to build a relationship with me for the purpose of me buying into a company or a shmeme, please stop. Please I'm just warning you. Like, I'm not it. I'm not the person. No, stay away.
Well, Nick, you know I already messaged him. So there's that. So anyway, I want to set a couple expectations for you so you can get a lot out of this event. Number one, if you're not going, it's not too late. It is not too late.
She's literally shaking her computer. We're getting seasick.
All right. I know there are still rooms available. I know there's a hotel right by it with lots of available rooms. I know if you went to your upline and said, I don't have the money, can you help me? They could make you a deal. They could make you a promo. Maybe they have 3 other women in a room that's looking for one more to cut the cost. It's not too late. It's not too late. And I mean, I get the excuses after excuses after excuses.
Like actual cost of something that you can't afford. Is that an excuse? Oh, yeah, it is. Interesting.
I think some are legit
and some are not, and yours are not,
but some are not.
Oh God.
And you know whether they're legit or not.
Oh, no. You've told us what's legit or not. Apparently the deciding factor if an excuse or some reasonings why someone can't do something is legit or not is the opinion of the upline. No thanks, AbbyKLife.
And there are some events that I will not go to if I have to miss, if my daughter was graduating, like I'm family first. All right. My dad is in.
You just told us that you work on family vacation, so it's not family first, it's ketones first.
The hospital right now, every day is shaky. Every day is shaking, but he's been in the hospital for...
I'm sorry her dad's sick. That's awful.
6 weeks. And if I told him, Dad, I don't want to go to an event because I would never forgive myself if something happened to you. You know what he would say to me? Suck it up, Buttercup. Get to the event.
No, he wouldn't.
Like, that's my dad. That's how I've been raised. You know, we're good.
Family isn't guaranteed for everyone. And if your family is sick, spend time with them if you have a healthy relationship with them, because literally the most regret I feel is not taking more time off of work, not my MLM work, but my job, to go see my mother-in-law before she passed away. I wouldn't fucking go near an event if I had the opportunity to see someone every day after that experience.
I love him. He loves me. We know it, and nothing may happen this weekend. And this is all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always a risk to leave, but it's an even bigger risk to let excuses stand in your way of not developing, not growing, because those who go to an event, they compound their success coming out. Most
do they? What about the guy who went for 8 years and didn't see success until the 9th year? Because that kind of debunks what you're saying right here, ma'am.
Time. So if you're sick of being sick of where you are, get to the event. Okay. Now you can't just go to the event. Let me warm up your mind just a little bit. All right. Here's the best. I've been doing this for 8 years. I've heard the same thing over and over again, and it hits me new every time. It's like a book you can read 3 years later, and all of a sudden it's completely different to you. Okay. So I want you, and especially I'd love to, and my team and Sylvia's team, all you guys on here, want you to show up as professionals. Your business, seriously. Show up as a professional. Be on time.
What are we in kindergarten? What are you talking about? If you have the money to pay for the event, then leave people alone who went to the event. Leave people alone. Let them do what they want to. They paid for it. You're good.
Be in line waiting.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Be all about it. Be all in. Don't be those coming in late, strolling in with their coffees an hour and a half after it starts. Like, don't like anything but being on time. Your play full out. Yeah. Here's the thing. The most important thing that I can tell you is that you need to pull up your adaptability pants, because this company will shake you and test you to see if you are adaptable.
Adaptability pants? That's a first. I haven't heard that. Normally companies figure out what is going to make them a profit, and then they put people in place to be able to produce the product or service that makes them a profit. And sometimes there's crossover with what companies can produce or make that serves a need. And then there is like the benefit of the person buying it because they need it, and then there's a benefit from the people working at the company because they get to make a living off of producing something that someone actually needs. So also, not every company is a good company. Not every person at the top's a good person. I get that. They put things in place so they have less turnover, because turnover is not cost effective for businesses, because having to retrain people or even having disgruntled people who work for them isn't good for morale. So they try to put things in place where they can create an environment for their people that is good. Not everyone. I mean, what are you doing, Target? That's all I'm going to say about that.
When does it start? Well, we didn't know, but one day ago, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock Eastern time is when it's going to get started. And that's all we know. So you have to stop worrying about the details, because if you're all in, it doesn't matter what time Saturday starts, because you're there to go and grow. And so if it starts 2 hours before you thought, shut up and shake it off.
What about all the people coming in from different time zones, and then, it's starting at 8 in the morning is actually I don't remember, 6 in the morning? That's kind of early for some people. Maybe it's not. So then they have to get up at 4 to get ready. They don't get to go to bed until whatever. I'm bad at time conversions.
Starts an hour and you only get 4 hours of sleep.
That sucks. That's part of the bite model of authoritarian control. Sleep deprivation, it can impact behavioral control.
Show up. Like Brian James literally used to make us stay up basically all night because he wanted to create that military effect. And finally I put my foot down and said,
Brian James used to make us stay up all night to create that military effect? What call did we run into on the internet? What the flippity flop is going on? And the hell. And then she put a stop to it? You're all independent contractors. Who's telling you what to do? No one. Guess what? Your upline can't do shit. You're an independent contractor. Recruit, whatever, sell, move on with your life. Someone's making you stay up all night and there's no reason for it? No thanks. Peace out.
Men are not women. Women are not men. I want to be okay on day 3. I need 5 hours of sleep. Leave me alone. Okay. Nick's like, no, we're going all night. No, I'm not going to do that all night in my suite. But you
Brian
can.
James doing the military thing in a hotel suite. What? My eyes twitching right now. Oh my God.
Wants to be present. But here's the thing. Be adaptable. All right. Clothing wise, Friday, there's a lot of people you're going to see on Friday night, kind of business casual. What I mean by that is maybe jeans and a Pruvit shirt, blazer, but half the people are going to be in yoga pants and Pruvit swag. So do not worry about being overdressed. There's some top leaders who will be Gucci'd out or in a dress. That's fine. I never know what I'm going to do. Be you. That's right, Camille. Be you. Camille.
Was that shade to Jessie Lee Ward?
Will be in yoga pants and a Pruvit t-shirt, and she'll have something a really warm. They may freeze you out in the auditorium. So bring a warm sweatshirt, cardigan, have that on you. Okay. You may be sweating in the beginning because a bunch of weirdos are going to be jumping around and it's you'll never see the power of ketones till you get in the beginning of the conference room when we're opening. Strobe lights.
Oh, how accessible for people who are sensitive to light changes. Good job, Pruvit.
Nick, your brand is shirtless, Rocket. No, Nick, put on a shirt. You're gonna be cold. So it'll be loud, dynamic. You want to make sure you have your ketones with you and maybe some beef jerky or nuts. Most people fast all day.
Most people fast all day? You're not going to get any food? You have to bring your own food after you paid a premium to go to an event and they're not going to feed you? Some
people go take their lunch break. I would recommend, if you get there early, to hit a nearby grocery store. Just because if we're in that hotel, a lot of people are going to be waiting on lunch. So I try and have just the bare minimum of what I need to get through the day. And then at night, I usually, sometimes I just don't eat at conferences most of the time. But
you just don't eat at conferences most of the time? Why wouldn't you eat? I know they have this whole fasting thing. I'm just confused. Like, why wouldn't you eat?
I try and get snacks in my fridge. So keto cream, ketones, lots of Mitoplex, water, sweatshirt, notepad, pen, and
What about a phone that you can just record the whole conference on for audio so that you can just like pay attention? And then you can put your recording into Google and have the audio feature take notes for you. We don't do that here? Okay, got it.
be on time, be a professional, bring positive energy. Here's what I was
Oh, so we can only be professional for positive. Duly noted.
telling some other girls. If some reason you're rooming with a cross line or somebody else got put in your room, or maybe you have a teammate coming in your room, you can make or break the event for yourself and for somebody else with your mindset and energy.
Oh, you can ruin it for someone else if you're negative. You know what? The rooms are probably so expensive they have to share with someone. And like interacting, like trying to figure out who gets the bathroom and stuff, and like someone doing their hair. When I went to events, I tried to get ready as fast as possible and leave so I could go like chill out somewhere else.
So if I have somebody and I'm like trying to help them get in a room and I put them with two girls, I expect positivity. I expect no complaining.
What? So independent contractors who have no reasoning to do what your upline tells you to do are going to an event where they've independently paid for it, and then someone is roomed together against their will, I'm guessing, because they don't get a choice. Then this person who has literally no power to remove them from the company is saying, you better be positive, you better be blah 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 blah, you better do all this shit, or else what? You're an independent contractor. All the people in your downline, independent contractors. She's creating this power dynamic where she doesn't have any power. She's just scaring you into thinking she does have power.
This is your company. This is going to be a different experience for you.
It is not your company. You are an independent contractor with Pruvit. They can terminate you at any time. It's not the same as being an at-will employee in like a state where they can fire you for any reason, essentially, except for a few. It's not your business, contractor.
Embrace it. Be adaptable. Don't be toxic. Don't
embrace it. Be adaptable. Be positive. Don't be toxic. Be on time. Wear the right clothes. Have the right mindset. Okay, what else?
be a diva. Don't be dramatic. Don't talk bad.
Don't be a diva. What about the dudes? And don't talk bad about people. There's guys in Pruvit, okay? You're talking to all the girls, all the women? Ew, Abby, gross.
About anybody. Don't talk bad about any cross lines. Don't.
What if something happens to you at the conference? Is bad. You can't ruin the atmosphere by telling the truth. Awful, 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 awful.
Gossip. Don't be jealous. Don't talk about how you're hungry.
We don't eat at conferences, and so you're going to be hungry, but don't talk about being hungry because that's a negative mindset. If you're hungry, leave and go eat. Oh, but you feel like you can't because people like this are there? Get out of here.
Don't be a whiner. Set the tone. Set the energy. Once again, don't gossip. Don't talk about cross lines. Be a good person. If you are rooming together, and women especially, how
stop playing and praying into this idea that women are toxic or that people who look like women but don't identify as women are toxic. I don't get it. This conversation never happens around guys, and it's not just because people who are females, they do these kind of behaviors. No, not everyone does, except you keep painting people that way. Where's the equal statement for the guys on the trip?
One person can slip into the drama triangle and all of a sudden that's what that group is about. Don't let it happen. Walk out. You are there to up level your mindset, to get rid of toxic, nasty attitude, jealousy, comparison game. Don't bring it in your room. And if you have negative people in your room, get your stuff, get out, go somewhere else. Protect your mindset. Make it.
You were roomed together with people that based on how someone roomed you, and then you've paid your money to split the room. And if the environment in the room isn't up to her standards, you leave and go somewhere else. Where are you supposed to go? You're supposed to pay to get another hotel room? You're supposed to sleep on a couch somewhere in the lobby? Disgusting, Abby.
An incredible experience for the new person. Find the people with fear and insecurity and speak encouragement and life over them. The most powerful thing you can do when you arrive is to get outside your comfort zone and go talk to other people that you don't know. When you go into the auditorium, don't be all worried about sitting with your friends. Go sit by yourself.
You literally have to sit in a chair next to other people people, so how can you sit by yourself? Isn't that natural though? Like if I was going to a conference, not that I would, and Lynn was going, I'd want to sit by Lynn. If Karina was going to a conference, I'd want to sit by Karina. If live chat was going somewhere, I'd want to sit next to live chat, you know? Like, what do you mean we can't sit with our buddies?
Don't get clingy with people. Get out of your comfort zone this weekend. Go rush to the front. If you're in the back, own your zone. If people around you are talking or whispering, tell them to please be quiet. Well, we talk about that in the COC room, owning your zone. Sit on the edge of your chair. Take notes.
You know how uncomfortable sitting on the edge of your chair is? I mean, for me, but I have to bring a cushion with me wherever I go. So maybe I'm not the right person to speak on this. You're talking about changing your posture. 𝐓𝐇𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐓𝐅𝐔𝐋 and you're changing your posture and how you look like you're paying attention so that you can impact people around you, when maybe that doesn't actually mean you're paying more attention. Who knows? I'm confused at I didn't know this was going to be this twisty, and we still haven't heard from the referral queen. And spoiler alert, it's not Jessie Lee Ward.
They say stand. When they, I am not.
When they say stand, you better stand. What?
A hype girl. I am not hype girl. I'm coach.
I know this is not hyping. This is crushing our souls, Abby.
Girl intense, but I am not hype girl. It is uncomfortable for me to dance and move. It's just not my thing. But I do it because when I'm in those environments, I don't care what anybody else thinks of me.
It's not about caring what people think about you. If dancing isn't fun for you, then don't dance. Come on.
I am there to do something different, which for me would be dancing. I am there to play full out and to drop all my insecurities and comparisons at the door. And I want you to do the same. Push yourself. This whole weekend is about getting uncomfortable. So don't worry about the small things. Be present, play full out. You're going to get so much out of it. Be in communication with your team. Make sure you have some sort of a group chat, because a lot of teammates will go huddle in a certain area of the hotel to do debriefs when the events are over. Give your leader.
Don't hang out with your team, but when you go to those huddles, you better hang out with your team. Don't hang out with your friends at the event and sit next to them. But when your leader calls you into the huddle, you better be there and you better be paying full attention.
Grace, okay? There's been a lot of instances where I've had to do back end stuff. The serving and leadership comes before. If Brian Underwood asked me to do something or asked me to lead something, that has to come in priority to serve them before I can huddle with my team.
Oh, really? Brian? Ew. Brian Underwood? You have to do stuff for Brian before you could do stuff for your team? That's inappropriate. I mean, and it's inappropriate in the sense of these people make you a commission. You should be giving them your time first, in my opinion. And if Brian hasn't hired the correct people to do what he needs to at the event, that's his fault. You can't keep asking your top legends to work for free and to do stuff and them draw the short straw because you're the CEO of the company. This is twisty.
But if you're somewhat of a leader, step up and pull the team together and start the debrief without your leader. You don't know what kind of responsibilities they may have to take on as a COC or above. Okay.
What's a COC? I'm going to have to look that up.
Don't know what kind of responsibilities they may have to take on as a COC or above. Okay. Sometimes those debriefs can go late into the night if they need to get an outcome to set the tone for the team the next day. So be graceful and go if you're
gracious. Why do people need to offer grace when they've paid a premium to go to an event and then things change because Terry and Brian don't know what they're doing in terms of creating an experience that doesn't involve taking top leaders into a secret room so that they can change the environment and do more behavior and thought and emotional controlling things to the people who paid a premium to be there.
New and your team isn't huddling and you see people huddling, go get in that huddle. People are so welcoming and inclusive here.
Are we? They're so inclusive. You just told us to stop gossiping, stop being mean to people, have a positive mindset, stop talking negatively about others, show up on time, dress appropriately, and leave if someone is not being positive.
Go walk up to them, sit down, and start listening, because over and over and over again, the most powerful things about these events is what you get from other people you don't know. So do not be uncomfortable or scared to go walk up to a group of people and introduce yourself, ask poignant, have a question ready. What's been the biggest thing? What's your DMO? Have some questions ready. What's your DMO? What do you think has been the biggest contributing thing to your success? Be ready to be a student of knowledge and get out of your comfort zone. And nobody is a stranger here. Okay. Put your oxygen mask on this weekend. There will be a million things that come up that tell you should not go. That happens. It's supposed to happen that way.
Is it?
Turn your text messages off. What I find is there's always emergencies, but if I don't answer for an hour, somehow they took care of themselves.
What? What is she saying? You said earlier on in this video to be loyal to your family first, and then you're saying in this event to turn your phone off, to not be available to said family that you were supposed to be loyal to first. Make it make sense.
Right? You got to protect your mindset, protect your energy, and go in this with your oxygen mask on to grow. The world will continue to survive without you for just a day or two. Then you can get back to it. Okay. All right. With all that being said, we're going to get into our training today. This is Jessica Stroud, the queen of referrals. Her and her husband own an insurance company, and she has a best-selling book that she brought to market, and she's constantly in like real estate circles teaching people how to get referrals. And I always said to her, man, I know a place where getting referrals really pays off. I was like, well, I think when you're ready, you should come run this rodeo. Like, you should do it here. I was like, you have all the transferable skills in the world. And one thing she already had down was a consistent DMO. And so she's going to talk to you today about a couple things that she's been doing in this business. She's only been here for, I think, less than 6 months, but on the ketones for well over a year. We were just waiting for that perfect storm timing, right? And so she's going to, and Jess, if you have to close down the call, I'll let you close down the call. I'm in between back-to-back camps today. I'm sitting at my parents' house in town. So, but we're doing it. We're doing all the things. So, all right, Jess.
I will be closing down this call. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to go for 30 minutes. So Abby and I have this little joke between us is she's like, I knew you were amazing at what.
She has a microphone. I think you can see a little bit of the pink right here. I'm not sure if it's on. Maybe it is on. It is interesting, like when you either have a condenser or a dynamic mic, understanding like how the distance is kind of important. I was way too close on my video yesterday, I think, or like I think I posted this morning, but like this is gonna post on Thursday, I think. This one, the best range is between like 2 and 4 inches. So like I've got like that much room. That's too close for me personally. It's better out here. But like, I don't know if she has the type of mic that you would be further away from, but it's also, she's not in the range for it to pick up her audio in a meaningful way because it's off to the side.
You did, right? With an insurance agency that my husband and I own here in Kansas City. She's like, I knew you were amazing at that, but I didn't know if you could be amazing at this, right? She's like, I saw that you had these skills and I always wondered, could they be transferred over to network marketing? And I think she says, I didn't know if you could succeed over here. And I'm just going to tell you, the jury is still out. We don't know if I'm succeeding or not. All right. I'm doing okay. I actually will, let's note it that I want to do a separate training for this group on how I got, the 21 new clients in 2 weeks. Okay. So that'll be good. That's just something I did running my own 10-day challenge. So here's what I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. And then we're going to get into the things, because I want to leave you with actionable items. So I was in real estate for almost 10 years. And then 2008 happened and I was just burnt out, used up. The market changed. I was not willing to change with it. I couldn't change with it. And so I left being an entrepreneur. So I carried this fear with me for many years. Some of you, your failures, you're giving them front and center attention, right? You're looking at your past failures going, yep, I'm going to show up for the calls. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, but I'm not really working my business because you have these past fears. So that followed me for many years. And then 2015, I started hearing the.
So Jessica Stroud has a She Rules Academy helping self-driven women write their own rules. Not a ton of likes, not a ton of followers yet. She has a website, 𝐔𝐒𝐄 and it looks like it's just a host for links. She Rules podcast, best-selling book, She Rules merch, She Rules referrals for her business training. Interesting. Let's see if she's still in Pruvit. Jessica Stroud, Pruvit. Maybe she's still, I don't know.
Rumbling inside that said, step out of the boat, step out of the boat. And I was like, I don't want to step out of the boat. I was in pharmaceutical sales. I was doing really good in pharmaceutical sales. And, but I still knew I was meant for more. Most of you are here because you know that you're meant for more. All right. Now, Mick has this big, incredible personality. I don't know if he was born with it. I have this big, incredible personality. I was not born with it. Okay. So when I knew that I was going to leave my pharmaceutical sales job and go into insurance, I knew that Facebook was going to be how I had to build it. So when I don't call myself the queen of referrals, that was something that my friends called me. And then I started to accept that title as my own. To begin with, they called me the lady CEO, and then it kind of morphed over into the queen of referrals. But other people put that label on me, and I decided that I would accept that label because what I did on Facebook, honest, real, raw. I'm a one-trick pony. I can't talk to you.
So she's also on this episode called The Referral Queen with Jessica Stroud. So she's known as a referral queen on kind of on socials. She's been on Libsyn. She's been on Simplecast. So I don't know why she doesn't have more followers. I guess I'm confused. She was on Forbes Business Council newest member. I don't know what that means. They call me the queen of referrals because I averaged over 500 something. She's on TikTok. Okay. I'll have to take a look later.
About the TikTok. Can't talk to you about the Instagram. I can talk to you about Facebook though, because what I did on Facebook, my personal profile, I averaged over 500 referrals a year for 6 years in a row for this boring thing called insurance. Auto insurance, home insurance, small business insurance. That's it, right? So I knew in the beginning that I had to treat it like a business. So here's the first thing that I need you to start thinking about. You have got to stop thinking about your Pruvit business and your ketones like it's some kind of a hobby, okay? You've got to look at it and treat it like a business. I had to, when I first jumped into insurance, there were two identities that existed, offline and online. And I don't mean that I was fake online, but I had to basically morph myself into someone that people wanted to be around. So I didn't grow up all charismatic and super popular. And
Maybe I'm doing YouTube wrong. Oh, God.
I'm still not super popular, and I am fabulously awkward, and I own it because that's who I am, right? So you have got to start looking at your social media, no matter what platform it is, like a business. You have to start looking at your Pruvit like a business. Your job is to attract people. Your job is to attract people who want to do business with you or want to be on ketones. So Abby and I started talking about this last week, and I am currently reading, because I'm a big reader, because guess what? I have to have content. So I read a lot. So I'm reading The Slight Edge.
I have to have content, so I read a lot. You mean you read a lot, so that means that you're plagiarizing what other people are writing about, so you have something to talk about? Give me a break.
It's a big book. Okay. I'm just going to be real with you. So I'm listening to it and I'm reading it. And he talks about the things that make a difference, no matter what, in your relationships, in your marriage, with your kids, with your, I have employees, with the time I spend with my employees, the time I spend on my Pruvit business, the time I spend on my body, right? Because I'm just like a lot of you, I'm on a fitness journey here, a health journey. The things that really move the needle every day are so small that it's just as easy to not do them as it is to do them.
Oh my God.
It's just as easy not to do the DMOs. It's just as easy. Look, some of you, it's just as easy to not drink the ketones than it is to drink the ketones. Because I drink the ketones, I have all this energy, I got to do shit. And maybe I don't want to. So I'm just not going to drink my ketones today because I don't want to do anything, right? But we have to, when you think about it like it's a business, you also have to, when it comes to your Facebook, your social media, whatever your preferred thing is, you have to give it a purpose, right? So a couple of weeks ago, Adam White gets in my DMs and he's like, Jessica, what are your DMOs? And I was like, I literally said to him, hey, give me a minute so I can think of something really great to tell you, right? I don't make stuff up. I'm just real. I just say it. And then it was a really good exercise. So I told him 3 different things I do. And then we had conversation about it. And I went to Abby and I was like, Abby, I don't have DMOs. And she's like, yes, you do. But you've been doing them for so long, you don't even realize you're doing them, right? So in 2016, when I started doing what I do on Facebook every day, which I'm going to tell you, I've been doing it for so long, I don't even realize I'm doing it. I don't even realize that I've leaned into my personality because it's become so ingrained in me that the thing that I fought to make a habit every single day, now I don't even think about. How many of you think about brushing your teeth every day? You just don't. How many of you think about showering every other day? We're going to keep it real around here. How many of you just don't think about it?
Some people, it's hard to take showers and to brush their teeth and to brush their hair. So maybe it's easy for other people, but it's not just an easy thing to take care of yourself if you're struggling mentally. So
for me, I don't think about what black joggers am I going to wear today? Black joggers, pink joggers, because I'm probably wearing joggers, just FYI. So here's what we have to do. Let's talk about our Facebook, social media, whatever. We have to give it a purpose. Okay. We have to give it a purpose. So if you gave it a purpose, so my social media, my Facebook has morphed. When I was trying to grow our insurance business, I talked about insurance. about 20% of the time, not all the time. If you're constantly popping up all the time with buy my ketones, buy my ketones, buy my ketones, guess what? Nobody's gonna buy your ketones from you because you're a commercial. Nobody's gonna watch your commercial.
I don't know. This is a weird thing because I understand what she's saying. I understand that she's right about it. And then the person that I used to cover the most before she passed away was Jessie Lee Ward. And she came on almost every day before she got sick in trials, and people I think were ordering while she was packing trials. And yeah, she talked about other stuff and stuff that I disagreed with, but I feel like debunks a little bit what this lady's saying. Maybe she doesn't, I don't know.
All the time. So the what I was selling was insurance. Well, over the last 6 months or so, that has changed into what I'm selling are the benefits of ketones. But that's only about 20% of the time, right? So the first thing you have to do is you have to figure out, who are you even talking to? Some of you need to take a step back and you need to look at your story. You need to think about, what are the benefits that I got from this? Who can I really help with the transformation? I had lunch with my friend Kelsey, who I hadn't seen for a little bit. I had lunch with her on Friday. I knew before we even had lunch, we were going to talk about ketones and we were going to talk about her coming and working with me and Abby. I just knew it.
Really? That's exhausting.
Because she's the kind of person that I wanted to have on my team. And so I'm meeting with her and she's like, oh yeah, I tried these a couple of years ago. These are great. And I'm like, yeah, well, we got to get you back on them. And you know what she said to me? I was hoping this is what we would talk about. She says I'm reverse aging, which who doesn't want to have lunch with somebody who says they're reverse aging? So she said, you're reverse aging. And I'm like, it's because of my ketones, right? It's because I'm drinking the ketones. I'm moving my body. I'm getting a good amount of sunlight. I'm making better food choices. That's what's impacting my body. After she texts me every day, because I'm checking on her, right? I got her on a 10-day. She's drinking her ketones for 10 days. So I'm checking on her. What'd you have? What do you this? And she says, I just can't believe this. I just can't believe this. So when you're having these things, you don't just say, who wants to buy my ketones? Nobody wants to buy your ketones. For me, I'm talking to women, right? I'm talking to, specifically for me, I'm talking to women entrepreneurs, but we have Christy Austin, who was type 2 diabetic, but lost over 100 pounds. Do you think she can't literally make a difference in the life of women who have type 2 diabetes? And
are you serious? If you have diabetes, you should talk to your doctor if taking a supplement, taking any additional supplements is right for you. That should be a very delicate, careful conversation. And you shouldn't exploit people because they have something that health-wise, like type 2 diabetes or even type 1 diabetes. You should talk to your doctor. And I would certainly hope that doctors would not say, yeah, ketones is good for you. I hope they wouldn't. Am I glad that if somebody who has type 2 diabetes and wanted to lose some weight was able to do so? Yes. Am I happy that she is now going to be told you can target other people with type 2 diabetes who need to lose weight? Hell no.
You don't want to be, right? We have Emily and Brittany on here. Brittany's cleaning because she's drinking her ketones. I know she is, right? And their story, Brittany's story is she lost weight, right? And so she can talk to other moms about that. She got 4 kids. I keep saying to her, you know how that happens, right? You know how you get 4 kids, right? And Emily that works with us, her story is not that she wanted to lose weight. Her story is she didn't have a lot of energy. She had postpartum depression. She just didn't feel like herself, and she drinks the ketones and she feels amazing. So when she talks about that in an authentic way, it gives me more energy, right? My transformation was I lost 20 pounds. So when I talk about that, people can see themselves in the story, but you have to be willing to share parts of your story, but you have to know who you're talking to. When I do a video or I do a training, or I say, most of what I start with is, hey, ladies, where are my girls at? Like poor Adam is in a Facebook group called She Rules, and he's okay. He's man enough to handle it, right? Because women are he is, right? We can put him in pink. He'd be all right with it. But it's like, you don't have to be for everybody. It's okay, because when you decide who you want to talk to and you speak their language, they see themselves in that. All right. So you got to give it a purpose, target audience. Who are you talking to? Because if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. Okay. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. You have to know who you can connect with. All right. Let's talk about Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. If I'm only posting 4 times a week, that's a lazy week for me. But in the beginning, that had to be my bare minimum. I had to post 4 times a week. That was it. I had to post 4 times a week. And I know you're thinking, what in the world am I going to talk about 4 times a week? Well, guess what? You only get to talk about ketones once, because you're only talking about it 20-25% of the time. So for me, I'm entertaining. I am encouraging. I ask questions, right? I ask questions on my social media because I want it to be a 2-way street. I want people to engage with me. I don't want it to be all about me.
Entertainment, education, encouragement, ketones.
Even though it kind of has to be, right? I want to put out questions so people can talk to me so they feel like that we have conversations. So that goes into my DMOs. I send out 5 friend requests a day. Oh my gosh. Who am I going to send friend requests to? I send them to everybody, right? 5 a day, as long as they're my target people.
You're targeting people on Facebook to send friend requests? This is so like not nerve-wracking. It's so frustrating to hear because it's like you're only trying to be friends with people to get money from them.
I know who my people are. They're women entrepreneurs. They're moms, right? They're women who want to grow something, because I came from a world where I spent a lot of time with mortgage lenders and realtors. That's still who I'm trying to be friends with, because they need ketones. They need energy. A lot of them want to lose weight. And guess what? Real estate market's not awesome right now. So I can help my girls make some money too. If they're willing to jump in and work hard, I can help them make some money, right? So I'm sending out 5 friend requests a day. Now, in turn, I am very picky about who I accept friend requests from, right? So what am I doing? I am intentionally building a target audience called my friends group. If you send me a friend request and you're not my target audience, sorry, not sorry, I'm not accepting that friend request. I'm not doing it, right? And I'll tell you this, if you're already in the Pruvit family, you can follow me. That's fine. You can follow me, but I only have 5,000 friend spots and I'm not going to give you one. Doesn't mean I don't love you, but I'm not like, you're already on the ketones. Good for you. And I'm not trying to recruit from within the family. That's just a no-no. We just don't do that. So you can follow me and watch me and learn from me, but I can't give you one of my coveted 5,000 friend spots. And I know you're thinking, but you got 5,000. Yeah, but I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. Can't have one of them. Hey, slide in my DMs all you want. I'll send you free trainings. I love you. I got you. I want what's best for the whole company. But my friends list are my prospects and my customers, and that's it.
Your friends list are your prospects and your customers, and that's it? Great. I'm sure they all love to hear that.
That's what I mean when I say you treat it like it's a business. I'm bringing in fresh water. Now, I'm not following all those people, right? I have unfollowed some of them. That's fine. But I'm building my Rolodex. Some of you don't know what that is because you're too young. You go Google it. But I'm building my Rolodex, all right? I engage on other people's posts. You don't just get a pop-up, throw your shit up there and run away. You need to come out of the witness protection program and start making some real friends on Facebook. Okay. Well, I just say Facebook, social media, whatever, insert whatever you want. Facebook's my jam. Okay. Because Facebook's my jam because it does allow you to create relationships. When I first decided I was going to jump into insurance, I had 156 friends on Facebook, 156. I had to get busy making some friends. And of the people who send me 500 referrals a year, I knew 0 of them before I met them on Facebook. But you've got to be interacting on other people's posts. Liking is lazy. Do not fool yourself into believing you have done something just because you liked someone's post. You can like it if you want. That's fine. Me, I'm a heart girl. I hit that little heart button. I know you're shocked, right? Hit that little heart button. But then you have to comment. You have to have interaction. You have to have you have to have words, right? Because when they see you commenting on their stuff, they're like, oh, what's up with Jessica? And then they go and they start seeing my stuff and they're like, whoa, what's she talking about in this stories? Oh, what's she doing with that in her stories? You don't think when I pop this bad boy out with my ketones that people want to know what's going on? They're like, you get that shaker bottle. And I'm like, how about I give you one and we put you on a 10-day ketones, drink your ketones challenge. I'm not that girl that's going to slide into someone's DMs and say, what do you know about ketones and ketosis, right? I bring them to me. I have interaction with them so that they want to look at me.
Twisty. I mean, I hope she's not cold messaging people. It's a little twisty.
Okay. All right. So engage with 5 other people's posts. There has to be more to you than just ketones. All right. So I talk about my dogs. I talk about my husband. Okay. For the longest time, Abby did not even know what my husband's name was because I call him Silver Fox on social media. That's and people, cool. The other day at lunch, Kelsey was like, well, you and Silver Fox, and they think that's what, they don't know what his name is. And it's funny. And my kids, I refer to him as son number 1 and son number 2, not number 1 son, but I refer to him son number 1, son number 2. And they have their personality, talk about their personalities. But I talk about my dogs. I talk about what I eat. People are crazy about what I eat. I got this Ninja Creamy thing the other day, and it was best $180 I spent because it's giving me content. People want to know about it, right?
Oh God! So Ninja Creamy, like you can blend it, and it will make you like ice cream immediately or sorbet or whatever. It's like it's pretty cool.
So talk about family. I talk about what I'm reading. I talk about what I'm doing. I talk about where I'm going. I have to live a life off of social media so that I can talk about it on social media. Okay. It's not fake because I'm living this stuff, right? And how can I be an inspiration and be positive and encouraging to other people if I'm not consuming positive, encouraging stuff and I'm not having experiences?
It's not necessarily osmosis. Like if you're going to be around negative people, you're going to be a negative person. There is influence that can happen, but you're still your own person. You don't necessarily have to live in a situation where you become negative because you hang around negative people. We have the ability to choose. We have the ability to choose what we say. We have the ability to choose to walk away if we need to. Like, it's not just have no control over it, hanging around negative people, so I'm going to become a negative person. No, that's literally it's how sometimes it works, but influence is more complex than that, and it doesn't take into account that you can pivot at any time. You can.
Okay. So you have to be what's called an attractive character. And I don't mean that, oh, you got to have your makeup on, you got to be pretty. It has nothing to do with your physical looks. All right. I refuse to show my boobs or my butt on social media. It's not happening. A, I wasn't blessed in either department. And B, I'm not going to disrespect my family or disrespect my body like that. I'm just not going to do it, right? I don't even wear a low-cut swimsuit. I'm like, nope, put it up here. So I have to find other things that people are attracted to. You are a vibe. Every post and every interaction on your social media is a vibe. You need to think about what your vibe is. Are you bitching? Are you complaining? Are you negative? Are you talking about the weather? Ugh, do not come at me with the weather unless it's most beautiful day ever, or love my morning coffee spot when it's stormy outside. I can take anything and turn it into a positivity, turn it into a lesson, turn it into something encouraging, because that's the vibe that I want to have. I have a very high energy vibe. Look, high energy vibe goes from about noon to 4 o'clock, and that's it. That's all I got. And then I got to take a nap. Abby and I were at a happy hour the other night. I was like, oh, 7 o'clock. My coach is about to turn into a pumpkin. I got to go. You don't have to be high energy all the time. When I go to these events, you will see me disappear. I had my own event, right? I had my own 2-day event here in Kansas City. You would see me disappear because I got to go hide somewhere and charge my batteries. That's okay. That's how you are. That's how a lot of us are built. But when you show up, you better show up. Look, last time I said the F word and I was with Abby, she felt the need to pray afterwards. I mean, we were getting ready to go to lunch, so she was praying about lunch, but I think it was because she was praying because I was cussing really. So I try not to say that on the socials or on Zooms. But everybody has a vibe. You and I have been chatting. Well, I've been running my mouth. You've been listening. Thank you for listening for about 20 minutes. Do you think you would want to hang out with me? Do you think I have the vibe where you're like, oh, if Jessica invites me to a cup of coffee, I'm there. Like, I'm doing it. Let's go. I feel like I would have so much encouragement and love just from being in her place. That's what I mean when I say I'm very intentional about what I put out on the socials. I'm very intentional. I'm on social media, specifically Facebook, for 2 reasons. To shine my light. God gave me a mouth. It's a big mouth and I like to run it. I'm very intentional about it though. To shine my light on the path of others and to cash checks. That's all I'm here for.
Shine my light and cash checks. Interesting. Thanks so much for clearing that up. We were not sure.
You can't buy pink running shoes or pink shakers without money, right? I'm here to shine my light and I'm here to cash checks. The last thing is, and then I'll open up for some questions. If you need some help, you let me know. The last thing is you've got to take it off of social media. The biggest, what I was going at Abby, because, we like to voice box back and forth, and it's allergy season. So she got lots of coughing and this morning. It was hilarious. I loved it. Sometimes do it on purpose just to mess with her. But I said, what most people miss is the network part of network marketing. Go make some friends. Look, I don't like big groups, okay? Some of you go to network meetings, you are amazing. That's not my jam, but I will invite 4 or 5 women to coffee. I will host a little happy hour and invite 10 people. Why? Because I'm just the straw that stirs the drink. When was the last time that you invited some people to go hang out? Hey, I'm going to the park. Let's all take lunch and go to the park, right? People want community and they want connections. Everybody wants to be invited to something, but nobody wants to host it. If you're just willing to host, so you have got to take it off of social media. I know it can be uncomfortable sliding into people's DMs and saying, hey, do you want to go have a cup of coffee? But if we've been commenting back and forth a couple of weeks on each other's posts and you feel like we know each other, it's not weird to say you want to have a cup of coffee, or, hey, I got 3 other women that are coming to have coffee. Do you want to come and have coffee with us? That's more my jam. I like doing it in small groups. There was one day, Abby and I were going to lunch, I was having lunch with one of my friends and I was like, hey, let's invite 2 other friends. And I was like, hey, let me invite my friend Abby. And it turned into 6 women on Cinco de Mayo having lunch. You don't think we talked about business? You don't think we talked about them ketones? Of course we did, because everybody wants to know why we look so good. Why are you so happy all the time? Because I drink my happy drink. But you have to take it off of social media. Whether it's hosting, not hosting, take it off of social media, invite people out. Do not miss the networking part of network marketing. Boom, that's it. That's all I got. I had a whole page of notes. I ran right through it because time is my love language and we'll be done in 7 minutes.
Awesome. That was great. Anybody have any questions over in the chat you want to ask?
Let me open the chat. See, I got the whole ADHD thing going on, so I can't look at the chat while I'm talking. Yes, people do love dogs, Corey. And they want to talk about it. You never know how people are going to feel connected to you. Oh, you have a dog. Oh, you have a little dog. I have a little dog too. Oh, you've been married for however long. I've been married for however long too. Oh, you have boys. I'm a boy mom too. Oh, you're a mom. I'm a mom too. Oh, you're a mom of a soon to be high schooler, me too. And it's just regular stuff. Or, oh, hey, I have this one thing I do when I throw stuff in the crock pot. I put all the ingredients out. I do the crock pot and I say, everybody in the pool. People think it's funny. And they're like, what's that recipe? Mick, put a shirt on. Okay, come on. I'm feeling sexually harassed, all right? Double standard here, because if one of us was running around with no shirt on, it'd be a problem. But you every day, your everyday life, people want to know that about you. You think you're boring. I don't care if you do quilts. I don't care if you do cross stitch. I don't care what it is. People will be interested in it if it lights your energy on fire. You got to be careful what kind of a vibe you're putting out. Don't be a repeller. Be an attractor, not a repeller. Stop bitching. Oh! Yeah.
I forgot I'm unmuted.
Brain wreck. But you don't look, he has such a big, bright personality. You don't think people want to be around that? I've been in his energy before. I've been around him. Fake it if you have to. I'm not a big fake it till you make it where you go buy a bunch of stuff that you can't afford. I don't like that part of it. But if you fake the happiness, fake the good energy, fake liking people, because for a long time I didn't like people. Fake liking people.
Fake liking people?
Good things will happen. Shine that light. Okay, tell us how you became queen of the referrals and how that benefits your ketone business. Okay, so excellent question, Heather. So in my insurance business, I average over 500 referrals a year for 6 years in a row. I did that because of DMOs that I didn't even realize I was doing with my Facebook. And I was becoming friends with and pouring into and creating relationships with people that I would take it offline. And all of that ended up me getting lots and lots and lots of referrals for my insurance business. So the people that I know from my past life, yes, they've drank the ketones. Yes, they've come to join our team, but there are people on our team that I've never met before, right? They follow me on social media. And I've never met them before. They drink ketones. Like I had 21 new clients this month on a 10-day drink your ketones challenge. I had them all buy the drink your ketones box, right? And I'm personally leading a challenge. What do I know about challenges? Nothing, but I know I can slide into people's DMs every day and be like, hey, what flavor did you have today? Hey, do you want to buy some? Because they're 25% off. Hey, do you want me to create a cart for you so that you can get some more ketones? Are you loving them? I can do that. So it's really, Heather, is the DMOs that I started and grew that business that translated over to this business that I'm using to grow this business. What posts do you get the most interactions from? That's not the business posts for sure. The ones surprisingly enough, the ones I get the most interaction on, I get a lot of interaction on my engagement post where I'll ask, what do you drink in the morning? You drink coffee, Red Bull, whatever. Like, what do you drink in the morning? And I'm not trying to turn it into sales. So I'm not trying to slide in there and be like, hey, you want some keto cream? I'm not doing that. I'm just asking. Or, hey, where'd you take your last vacation? If you could move to the beach or the mountains, which one would you move to? Right? I'm just asking questions like if you were trying to make conversations at dinner. What's your favorite dessert? If you can make any food calorie-free, which would it be? That went viral last time I asked that one.
Pumpkin pie.
But the ones that surprise me is when I take encouraging, kind of snarky because my personality is a little snarky in case you haven't realized it. When I take the little bit of an encouraging and snarky comments and I put it on a pink sparkle background and I put it on there. If you're super bored, you can go and scroll my Facebook newsfeed and you'll see the last one I posted. I don't even remember what it was, but they get a ton of interaction. I'm always surprised, but that's why I got to keep doing it, right? That's why I can't, just because one thing hits, I don't know that's going to hit again. So I'm just so committed to the 4 things that I talk about and talking about them again and again and again. I just posted a picture of ice cream, Neapolitan ice cream. And I said, hey, which flavor are you diving into first? I get maybe 5 comments on it, right? If I would have asked people, hey, what's your favorite ice cream? I would have got all kinds of stuff. So I don't know, but I'm so committed to it that I just do it no matter what the outcome is. Do you think anybody wanted to hang out with me? It took me over 3 months of doing this. When I first started in insurance, before I got any referrals at all, 3 to 4 months of building relationships, of sending out friend requests, of posting 4 to 5 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week. I love my stories because you can see who's really watching when you use your stories. Plus, I feel like that's the behind the scenes. Okay, we got 1 minute and I'm shutting it down. I mean, not really. I'll stay on for a few more minutes if you need me to. I just want to be considerate to everybody's time. Does anybody have anything? Nope. All right. If you think of something later, it's okay to slide into my DMs. It's not weird for me, so don't make it weird for you. Slide into my DMs. Somebody reached out to me the other day. Oh my gosh, I was at lunch with Jeff. It's a mutual friend we have. And I was so scared to invite you to be on my podcast. And so I told him I'd suck it up and do it. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Send me the link. I'll schedule it. I like to run my mouth. So I tell you that story because I want to make sure that I'm approachable. I will not be rude to you. I promise. Okay. So Corey, do you have certain things in stories versus page? Okay. So page meaning profile. I'm going to assume that Corey means profile because even when I was doing insurance and I was building our insurance business, I did not post on a business page because people want to do business with people. They don't want to do business with businesses. So on my personal profile, she was saying certain things in your story. So for me, the stories are basically the behind the scenes. You know what? You think of a movie, you think of the outtakes. Okay. So for me, my stories are the behind the scenes. It's what I'm doing. It's come on the adventure with me, right? And then the post is basically like the end of the movie, like the lesson I learned or the thought that I came up with or my takeaway from the book or an encouraging quote or something. It's the like the finished product. And then the stories is the journey for me. Love you, Brittany. See you later. Bye. All right, it's time to jump off. If anybody has any questions, you can stay on. I'll stay on just for a few more minutes. Bye-bye. Love you. Oh, and then if you want to know where I got this bad boy, let me know. I'll send you the link. Bye, Emily. See you later. And then sometimes you don't know how to run it and it just won't stop. That's funny too. Stop. Okay, just stop it. I keep pushing the button to make it go off. I think it keeps making it go.
That's kind of a cool blender.
Love you. Thanks. Love you. Bye. I'm always led with the attitude to help your team. I try. Service first. That's exactly right. Okay, I'm jumping off. I'll see all you later. I don't know if we're having. Okay, see you later. Goodbye.
Not sure why. Sorry I didn't have a bunch to say at the end. I just was like, because I've never experienced her personality before, I was just like taking it in and I was like, some of her advice is good. And then it's like, I can see how she would get referrals. I don't necessarily, I like that she was talking about not trapping people and making them feel like uncomfortable on your page. And when she asks questions, like, that's it. I don't love that she's making friends to make money. I think that's a little twisty. I may have like more thoughts during the premiere. Greetings to my future self and to hopefully people in the live chat and play crew. What do y'all think? What do you think of her energy, like her methodology of how she recruits? The first part of the call, Abby, what the flippity flop. All of like the finger wagging of you better do this, you better do this, you better not do this, you better not do this. And I was like, what? I feel like I need to do my next real world on AbbyKLife, and maybe I will. Maybe I will. Oh, Lord. We did skip one of the videos. This was the third furthest away. If y'all want access to the playlist, it is in the free anti-MLM folder. If you want to submit something to me, it is in the same spot that the free anti-MLM folder's in. Just go to campsite.com/say hello to DC, or check out the link in the cover image. It should be in the top right or the top bottom left of my cover image on my YouTube page, or in my Instagram. It'll be link in bio and you can go there, and I'll probably be linking it in the live chat over here for y'all. If you want to submit something to me for me to react to, there's no file size limit. You can upload anything and it will feed it into a Google Drive folder, and then a lot of times if it is a lot of information, I will share it with the free anti-MLM folder that's available for everyone. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I don't know if we enjoyed this, but it's interesting seeing like the behind the scenes of these the Pruvit fluffery going on in Pruvit with their leaders, and I hope to see you next time for a live stream or a pre-recorded video. Bye. Oh God. Every time I'm like, I should get ready for my outro. I should. Toodles.